So here we are, we've approached the 5th generation of consoles. Just recently we had in Europe on the 19th we had the official release of PlayStation 5 and also in other countries as well. And we had the Xbox Series X release prior to that, about a week and a half before. So we're all in 5th generation now. As we all know, if you didn't buy any of these devices on the sort of pre-release purchase, limited amount of time, then you're not going to buy any of them anywhere at the normal retail price. You won't be able to walk into a shop and purchase any of these. The shops are not stocking them anywhere. So that's a fact. The only way you can buy them is by extortionists on eBay, Facebook Market, wherever. They're selling them for like ridiculous prices. So this video is to basically go over and see if it's really worth the upgrade from the current 4th gen, the previous 4th gen, which is now irrelevant, the Xbox One X, which is this one here, and the PlayStation Pro. Both devices were actually like a kind of leap in between the original Xbox series and the original PlayStation PS4 series. They were kind of like a mid-jump level between 4th and 5th generation. And actually, I'm going to go over now why I think it's worth buying or staying with an Xbox One X currently. Okay, number one, you can pick this thing up really cheap now. So people who bought the new consoles, they're selling these units for like really ridiculous prices. Now when this Xbox One X came out, it was $500. It was crazy, the money. It was only a couple of years ago. So I'm probably like myself, like with the PlayStation Pro, a little bit disappointed because you invested the money and now it's irrelevant. But I try not to think that way, because actually this is still a great machine and it still packs a lot of power and a lot of punch. So this Xbox One X has an 8-core 2.3 gigahertz custom AMD. It has 6 teraflops clocking at 1172 megahertz. It has 12 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. You can get a frame rate up to 60 FPS, and the resolution is up to 4K. You have an optical HD Blu-ray disc drive and storage of 1 terabyte HDD. Now if I look at those specifications, that means that you can actually play 4K rendered games, and you can basically have really crisp, clear resolutions. And for me, that's fantastic. It's exactly what I want. So the main reasons is it's very cheap now. It's going very cheap on eBay. You can pick these units up for anywhere between $120 or $150, $160. People just want to get rid of them. They've had enough now. This is like the old trash that nobody wants anymore. So you can pick them up very cheaply. Also, another reason is that you can still go on Xbox Pass, and you can have your account, and you can log in, and you can still game with somebody who's on an Xbox Series S or an Xbox Series X. You know, they're still allowing this compatibility, and Microsoft do a fantastic job, I must say, of keeping these options open. Also, the games are still going to be supported for the Xbox One X currently for the next couple of years. So I've even read that some of the releases that are coming out on the Series X are going to be cross-released on the Xbox One X. So this is also fantastic. So you could get at least a couple more years from this unit, and so it's totally worth it. Now I just got this like really cheap a couple of days ago because I wanted to game with my friend online. So for my purposes and my needs, it's done everything, because I was doing it on a PC before and I had the Game Pass, but there's these Play Anywhere games, but the cross compatibilities are still not great at the moment, because like you can't have proper conversations with people when you're using a PC and someone's using a Series X, because we both had our headsets plugged in, but nobody could hear each other, which is kind of shitty really. And it seems like Microsoft don't want to sort of give away complete control to the PC gamer. So they still want you to invest, of course, in an Xbox. So if you want all these functions, I don't see no reason why you shouldn't get one of these now. Why there's still a lot on the market. Microsoft has stopped, releasing these. They don't build these anymore. They've become kind of legacy. And I suggest anyone to pick them up now, because it's still a powerful machine. It still does everything, yeah. So if I compare that to Series X, on a Series X, okay, you're talking more specs. You're talking about an 8-core 3.0 gigahertz with SMT custom AMD. And you're looking at 12 teraflops, which gives you around 1,825 gigahertz. Really, it's not that huge jump. There is a jump like 600 gigahertz with the GPU, but nothing major. The RAM is 16 gigabytes DDR6, and you can get a frame rate of up to 120 FPS and even a resolution of up to 8K. You get an optical Blu-ray drive, and you get 1 terabyte of NVMe SSD. Now that's the difference, because I just recently upgraded my PlayStation Pro, and I'll probably try and do the same for this unit with an SSD. And it's like night and day in terms of like load up times and functionality. So yeah, there are differences. But I consider that the Xbox One X, which is what we're looking at now, is absolutely worth the investment and the time. And I would suggest anybody to go out and get this. There are current games that are coming to the Series X, which include Halo Infinite, Cyberpunk, Assassin's Creed, Outriders, Lord of the Rings, and all these, Daylight 2. These were actually they're not available on launch, but they will actually be available to play on this machine as well. So these new releases that are coming out, you still be able to play them on this machine until like Microsoft decides they want to discontinue it completely, and you wouldn't be able to get any new releases whatsoever. But again, there's still a couple of years to go. We still got time with that. So yeah, I would say go for this console. Wait for another year, maybe even 2 years until you, for those that haven't bought the 5th generation, to get, stick with these older consoles until things have patched out properly with the software, until there's like a lot of availability on the games. And yeah, it's like why I don't see the need now to invest totally in new consoles at the moment. So anyway, I just thought I'd give you a bit of an overview and why I feel the reason to stick with the old One X or the PlayStation Pro in these times, which is nearly the end of 2020. Yeah, if you like this, please subscribe, hit the like button, leave your comments. I'd like to hear about your comments and what you feel about this subject.